Some lives feel like they were made for the movies, full of drama or action, comedy or tragedy. But for a lucky few, life plays like a good old-fashioned love story. Mary McCoy is one of the lucky ones. She knew that the moment she saw her future husband pull up in a turquoise and white 55 Chevy. It was a blind date and she'd been nervous all day. What would he look like? What kind of personality would he have? Those nerves were put to rest when Dick McCoy stepped out of the car. What a hunk, she thought. As he walked toward her, those eyes, that smile, realizing that her hunk stood about 5'6", she kicked off her spiked heels in a hurry. It was October 8th, 1963, the very end of Camelot, and in a way, the end of America's post-war innocent. And I was 1 year old. Imagine that. But it was just the beginning of a long and happy life together for two Culver City kids, twisting the night away at dance halls, parking in their favorite spot, or grabbing a late bite at Tito's Tacos, which, public service announcement, is still there and still the best, I think. Now, it's a well-known fact that every couple worth a damn has a song. Dick and Mary's song was Misty. You know, the one that starts, "Look at me, I'm as helpless as a kitten up a tree." You know that one? I probably should have spoken that. It's a very good tune. It's good enough that Ella Fitzgerald and Etta James both had hits with it. But it was the Johnny Mathis version from 1959 that became the soundtrack to Dick and Mary's courtship, especially that one line, "I get misty just holding your hand." Dick loved the music, but he needed a minimum of 3 beers before he would dance, even at their wedding on March of '66. They were still newlyweds, barely more than kids themselves, when they started a family. Dick took a job as a mailman. We can say mailman because it's the '60s, and it says we don't know better yet. In the '60s, we don't know better yet. Yeah, okay, but delivering letters, and my grandfather was a mailman, so that's true, so I'm touched by that. But delivering letters didn't deliver a big enough paycheck for their growing family. So when the chance to work in a film lab came around, Dick jumped at it. Mary wasn't so sure. "How can you leave a good government job for the movie business?" she asked him. Dick joined the union as a film chemist and started paying his monthly dues, while Mary took a job as a special ed teacher. And then, just like that, Dick was laid off. The movie business was competing with TV, and there just weren't as many movies being made. And stop me if you've heard this before. Money was tight, but Dick, he kept paying his monthly dues, and even though they had 2 kids and needed that money badly, Dick had a feeling that someday paying those dues would pay off. It was a rough patch. But soon business picked up and Dick was hired back, and this time for good. And now, just like in the movies, we speed things up, a montage of kids growing up, going off to school, making their own lives. Years have passed in a blink. The nest is suddenly empty, and Dick and Mary are back where they began. A couple of Culver City kids, a little older and a lot wiser, free to dance the night away again. They plan to travel the world, ride off into the sunset, hand in hand. But that's not how this movie goes. In 2005, just a year into retirement at age 61, Dick was diagnosed with dementia. It was still early, but it was inevitable that he would need full-time care. Knowing that the clock was ticking, they hurried up and made as many memories as they could. Cruises, safaris. Mary even took Dick ziplining. All the while, she was researching, looking everywhere for the care that she knew that Dick would need. But nothing she saw was good enough for her husband, her hunk. That is, until she realized that the answer was right in front of her. Dick's longtime doctor, Dr. Michelson, was also a doctor at MPTF. First, he led Dick and Mary to MPTF's Age Well program, which provides care coordinated for caregivers and adult children, personalized medical assessments, and ongoing support for seniors living in their own homes. Jessica, their assigned social worker, then guided Dick and Mary through the many services MPTF have to offer, such as access to the Saban Center for Health and Wellness. Here, Mary and Dick found an activity that they could enjoy together, working out with a volunteer, a workout buddy, aiding Dick along the way, ensuring that Dick would in fact remain a hunk. Mary was struck by the unbelievable staff across the campus and by the dedicated care that they provided. There's nothing like it in the world, Mary says. It doesn't matter if you were a famous movie star or a film chemist, everybody is treated the same. Eventually, Jessica led them to the Home Safe Home program. Through MPTF's Home Safe Home program, Dick and Mary's house was outfitted with new railings, a hospital bed, and a shower bench to help Mary care for him in their own home. And in February of 2015, when home care was no longer an option, Dick moved into Harry's Haven on the MPTF campus, an Alzheimer's care and dementia center. Created in 1992, Harry's Haven was made possible by a gift from Kirk Douglas in the hope that industry families could help care and comfort their loved ones in a warm, friendly, and inviting environment. Mary visits every day. At first, she came to spend time at Dick's side only. She put books out of old family photos together for him to flip through, and anything to help him cling to what memories that he could. But as time went on, she got to know the staff and the other residents, and Mary started spending more and more of her day on campus, running trivia classes, volunteering as a pool buddy, or just spending time with the residents whose families couldn't visit as often. Turns out Dick was right. Paying his dues paid off. These days, Mary is paying hers by selflessly volunteering her time every day in the pursuit of making it better for others. But she's doing it surrounded by a community of caring and dedicated people. It's been 54 years since the October night that Mary first saw that hunk and kicked off her spiked heels. Last year, surrounded by their children, granddaughter, and MPTF friends, Dick and Mary renewed their vows for their 50th wedding anniversary. By that time, Dick was barely talking, but when the pastor asked, "Do you promise to continue loving this woman?" Dick answered, "Yes." With some help, he was able to get up even and dance with his wife. It didn't take him 3 beers to work up the courage this time. Not that long ago, Mary got a pair of tattoos on her chest, something a lot of women do in their late 60s. One is of a scorpion, and Mary says that that's because Dick is a Scorpio, which makes sense, I guess. But if you need a reason for your tattoo, that you had a good reason. The other tattoo is of a song lyric, Mary's favorite line from their favorite song, "I get misty just holding your hand." Mary has spent the better part of her life caring for other people, for special needs children, for her own children, and now for her husband and the residents that he lives with. 7 days a week, rain or shine. She can't give $1 million, but she can give her time and her talent and her labor. And man, does she give. Life can be like the movies, yes, and sometimes that means the endings are bittersweet. But the life that Dick and Mary McCoy shared together is about as good a love story as you could ever hope to live. And Mary McCoy, she's about as good a caretaker as anyone could ever hope to have. She still gets misty just holding her husband's hand. Tonight, let's hold hers. Dick and Mary's gift came a few weeks early and was a complete surprise to them. And let's take a look at that gift and that special moment.
Hello.
Hi, Dick and Mary. You guys look very nice.
Thank you.
What would you like to hear?
Misty.
He might be good at
Lee
it.
Mathis.
Yes. Do you know Misty?
Johnny
I do.
Mathis.
I just happen to know this.
Look at me. I'm as helpless as a kitten up a tree. And I feel like I'm clinging to a cloud I can't understand. I get misty just holding your hand. Walk my way, and 1,000 violins begin to play. Or it might be the sound of your hello, that music I hear. I get misty the moment you're near. You can say that you're leading me on, but it's just what I want you to do. Don't you notice how hopelessly I'm lost? That's why I'm following you. On my own, would I wander through this wonderland alone, never knowing my right foot from my left, my hat from my glove? I'm too misty, too much in love. Would I wander through this wonderland alone, never knowing my right foot from my left, my hat from my glove? I'm too misty, too much in love. Look at me.